Hi, I'm John Buckheit. I'm back with Fire Engineering for another Training Minutes. In this series, we're covering chain link fences, and in this particular one, we're looking at gates and hinges. And if you've been following our series prior to this, we talked about padlocks, we talked about chains and how to get them. But there are times when maybe you want to go for the hinge side. Maybe you don't have the right tools, you don't have a power saw, maybe it's a fuel spill, or a natural gas leak or something like that. Or maybe you want to be able to re-secure the area, or it's not really warranted, even the light damage of cutting this. You might opt to go for the hinge side. With a typical residential gate, you're going to have a latching device similar to this. If the person wants a little higher security, they're going to put a padlock through here. But as you'll see in a couple of minutes, we'll demonstrate how you can get through that relatively easy with no damage. On the hinge side of that typical residential or light commercial, you're just going to have a U-bolt with a collar. It's going to have a pin. That pin nests in that keeper, and this goes on one of those terminal posts. And that affords the swinging action of that gate. And we'll show you in a couple of minutes how you can get through that rather simply. The next level up in terms of security and durability is this commercial style hinge, which is like what we have here. It's the same type of setup. We have the U-bolts securing the hardware to the terminal posts, and we have a pin, and the only difference is the pin is held in place with a cotter pin. So the evolution is slightly longer. You have to take pliers, pull out the cotter pin, and then you could drive one of these up and dismantle the gate from the hinge side. The next common level up from that security, that mechanism doesn't exist. They rely on the rotation of this entire thing on the terminal post to operate the hinge. So if we're going to take this, we're going to have to take a deep socket wrench, get in there, unscrew these, and then we can get in there, and we'll show you that in a minute as well. Timmy's coming up. He's encountered a light commercial or a residential style gate. He's determined it has a light padlock on it, but he knows with this latching device that he doesn't even have to take that padlock. It's going to slow him down, and it's going to ruin that lock. He can simply push on that terminal post that latching device is on, and that latching device will spin on that terminal post, and he can get right in. An alternate method, instead of pushing on that terminal post and getting that latching device to spin and allow you in, you can just bend that latching device prong. They're pretty weak. He can bend it with his hand, he can bend it with the tool. It's going to spread it, and then he can pull that gate open, and he's in. When you're done, the advantage with this, you can bend it back into shape, you can put it back together, and the people have security again. So if you're worried about reestablishing security, this is another good method. Another quick and easy way with this type of gate, you can go to the hinge side. It has that simple pin hinge that we looked at before. Timmy's just going to knock that upper hinge up. He's going to then grab the gate, lift it off the bottom hinge, and open it up, and in he goes. And again, an advantage, you could re-secure this, and the people have their security back with no damage. We were discussing this higher security type of hinge where the entire mechanism rotates on that terminal post. There's no way to lift this apart and get it apart, but what you can do, especially it may have been installed improperly where the nuts are actually on your side, easy to attack. With a socket set, you want to get a deep dish socket set. This might be 5/8 or 9/16 all the way up to 3/4 inch. Timmy's going to demonstrate now just how you could go about this. This is really a very strong fence. It's an expanded mesh. But if it was chain link, we could possibly pull it out of the way, allow him to get inside there and operate and loosen these nuts and get in there. Or he could also attack the nuts here that hold this part on that terminal post, and we could get in that way. In this situation, this is a prime example, railroad, where you'd want to re-secure this when you were done. You don't want to leave it open and then have someone go in there and get hurt. This has been another Training Minutes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.